This video was created for the most common mistakes and question about stone drawing. I hope these tips will help you draw your stone easier and better. Light and shadow. Tip: start drawing from a black and white base to get result faster. We'll start with a black and white version of the stone. This will make it easier for us to understand how light and shadow work on a stone and how to draw a tone on our stone. Make the background medium gray. This will help you better understand the overall color exposure. At the end, we will add a color to the stone. We only do the black and white version on this assignment. Next, you don't need to apply this black and white technique in your work. We only do this from a quick start and to help you understand the tone. Let's add a physically correct light. Since our job is to stylize objects, we can also stylize light by distorting its natural physical features. But from beginners, it is quite difficult to understand. So let's just make a physically correct light on the stone to make it easier for us to draw it. When you achieve enlightenment in a drawing and become a master like Ruslan, then you will be able to play with light just as effectively. But for now, let's choose the simplest option, physically correct shading. I create this reference in a Blender. Please use it. Here you can clearly see where the light is coming from, as the light slowly becomes extinguished in the distance from the light source. As soon as the tone shows the different planes of the stone, the error is highlight the outline of the stone with light lines. There is no need to draw worms and other thin long stripes on the edges of the stone. You're trying to emphasize the volume of the stone, but it looks bad. The edges of the stone should already be clearly visible at the previous stage of the building the light and adding gradients. On the top of the already constructed gradients that simulate light, you can outline beautiful strokes on the edges of the stone, which will not be too different in the tone from the existing tone. We only slightly emphasize the already prepared gradients with beautiful strokes. Ambient occlusion adds shading to match the volume of the chipped stone. It will look more voluminous and realistic. You always need to add shading for objects that are on the top of each other. For example, one stone lies on top of other stone. Stylization. The dynamics of the lines give our textures a very stylized look. This is a very cheap solution to make your stone stylized. Arrange these lines the direction of your strokes. Chips in one direction. Soft triangles are also a cheap way to stylize your texture. Just add soft triangle-shaped strokes to your object. Let them be located on the edges of the stone, on the chips, which do not stand out much in tone. Draw them white, not need to draw fine lines. Do not use something rounded. Do not use rounded lines or circles. It looks strange because it doesn't match the general trend. Rounded shapes are atypical from stones, only if it for river ones, but they look like just disc. Another common mistake is a crack that ends in the middle of the stone. If the stone is cracked, then it is cracked all over its surface. This is his property of the stone. If it's some kind of chip from a sword, then it will be smaller, it will be a different shape, it won't be in the shape of a lightning bolt. Look at the reference of the stones that the real stones look like. Go from a walk and see exactly how the cracks appear in them. They will most likely also lie in the same plane. They will also have their own natural dynamics. The purity of the gradient lines. Please be careful. Clean your stones. Don't let there be any extra lines. Blurred strokes. Everything is clear here too. Just make them clearer. If the stone looks too empty, let's add more interesting touches to the surface. Color. Now let's get to the color. Let's make our stone colored. Copy the layer. Use Ctrl B keyboard shortcut to adjust the color. Add warm, light and cold shadow gradients on the top using the overlay or soft color mode. Add additional details. Add interesting shades to the stone in different places to make it more picturesque. I recommended adding the opposite color to the color wheel as an additional color to the enhanced to main color. This way your stone or any other objects will look more interesting and picturesque. Know exactly what you are drawing. Different textures have different physical properties. It is important to convey the feature of the specific texture on our model. If you do not know that exactly you are drawing, you will get exactly this result. I do not know that exactly I draw. References will help us determine that exactly we are drawing. Collect a collection of references suitable for your tasks. I recommended collecting hand paint references from different textures. Multicolored wood, metal, leather, stones, crystals. Do you want to be one of the best hand paint artists? Collect a collections of references from the best artists in the industry and repeat after them. Also pay attention to the pasty oil painting. Unusual color solution can often be found in it. Please note that the gray stones are painting without using gray color. Do not use pure white, gray or black in your work. This make the picture too flat and boring. In real life, even if you take a photo of a pure black, gray or white object and then use a color picker on the image, you will never find pure colors. There will always be an admixture of shades because there is a color reflex. A color reflex is an admixture of color on an object from nearby object and the atmosphere. That's that we did with the green ball. We added a red reflex to the green ball from the red table. It will also be with gray, white and black colors. And to make the work more picturesque and saturated, we increase this color reflex. We added a lot of shades to these things. A great example is this gray silver. Look at how boring and plain it was, and look how gorgeous it is now. They are not only blue, but also pure pink, yellow, and green shades.